Thank you all join for the session. So today we are going to talk about another provisioning method we called as PVS provisioning services. In the last session, we successfully completed MCS model. Okay. In provisioning services, how we can provision the missions. Okay. Let's everything we will see today. And provisioning services we need to set up in a separate server. So that's why we have created lab 124 PVS-001 server now. And let's talk about what is meaning of provisioning services. You can see here in this diagram. So xendesktop components will be delivering the operating system to the endpoints. So these all the particular system information will be maintained in the SQL database that you know very well. Okay, but now, so these machines are with hard disk. With hard disk, these VMs are delivered to the end users in the MCS model. But now, for first time, okay, we are going to, with the PVS environment, these machines are created without hard disk. So that means without hard disk means diskless machines, and these machines are publishing to the end user machines. So with the help of provisioning services, and provisioning services, we need to separately maintain the hard disk of the operating system in the database. Okay, so now this is a single virtual hard disk will be connected by the multiple desktop images, and those desktops are connected by the users. So now this image, we have three types. One is a standard image mode, second differential disk image mode, and private image mode. So before we need to create an environment, first we'll discuss what is a standard mode. And the standard mode means a single device will be there, multiple users we can connect. Multiple users we can connect, but user doesn't have any admin rights to install or configure any data. Once user is logged off, the data will be gone. And differential disk, multiple disk will be get created. Each disk will be connected to the different users. And here, this model we will be using for upgrading the VDisk, development and testing purpose we are using it. Okay, this is called differential disk. So here we have this disk have admin rights to install any application or configuration, etc. Coming to the private image mode, individual disk will be connected to the individual user. Individual disk will be get connected to the individual user. This is called private. We have a read and write access. Everything is available. So now we need to set up the provisioning services environment on Windows 2016 server. Now this server is created, but we need to manage the vdisks also. So for vdisks, so we required minimum 100 GB space is required on this machine. Otherwise, we have to keep it in a different server. Right now, this server we have only 31.5 GB is a free. Okay, the total storage is available. So total 32 GB, 19.12 GB is free now. But this is not sufficient. I'm planning to expand the disk size. How to expand the disk size means right click on the virtual machine, properties, and where is the storage? Like a storage, this is the 32 GB. And I can power off this machine first of all, shut down this. Okay, now the machine is shut down. Now we can go to properties, and the size is increased already 100 GB. Okay, somebody is increased already 100 GB, but this 100 GB is not showing on the console. What we need to do, first we need to power on the server. Okay, let them connect. After that, I will increase the disk size. I will increase the disk size. Now I'm connecting back the server. So now I'm going to open the File Explorer. There's a lot of settings we need to do. So be careful when you're practicing this. So I don't want recommended to, you have to practice this lab. So it's a one-time setup, right? You just watch the video and you can continue with that. There's a lot of tasks inside the console that you can practice. That's very important. The lab setup is not that much of important for you. Okay. You can see it still is at 31.5 GB. Now can go to disk management. So now here the 68 GB unallocated space is there. Now I'm going to expand the C drive. That means 68 GB I'll be adding here. Now it is expanded. So now I'm refreshing. You can see here. Now 99.5 GB is free. So that means 87.4 GB is free available. So that's enough. Let's start installing the Citrix provisioning services on this machine. So now I need to attach the provisioning services software. That's our Citrix Provisionings 2012. Now can go here. Just double click and you can go ahead to install. So first of all, when you want to install this server, you required SQL services are need to be installed on this machine, either separate machine. So in real-time environment, they'll be installing separately. So, but I'm installing on the same machine. So for installing the SQL server role, .NET framework, SQL services are required. So let's see, once you click install, what are the components are required? It will list, it will show the list. You please follow that one. See here, SQL is required. So, and the .NET framework is required. These two things we need to install it. So SQL 2012 native client. Okay, go to internet browser. Let me install Google Chrome. So what is the requirement here? SQL Server 2012. Okay. MS SQL Server 2012 Express Edition free download. So go to the first link. So this is a pack. Directly download. So here, carefully we need to download SQL Express 64-bit. Okay. E and U. Okay. And next. Now it is downloading. And another software is required. What is another software? .NET Framework 4.8. So the both softwares I'm downloading now. Anyhow, first we install the .NET Framework, then we can install the SQL services. Now can select the .NET Framework, run as administrator, and install it. This will take few minutes. Please wait. Now there is some console is open, Zen Server Windows Management Agent. Okay, click yes and let them continue. Close here. So .NET Framework is successfully installed. Click finish. Then we can install the SQL Express services. Once both softwares are successfully installed, we can go ahead for installing the Citrix provisioning services. So here we need to click on New SQL Standalone Installation. So for creating a new database server, and accept the license terms and conditions. Next. Click on next. Now you can select the default values. Don't make any changes here. Click on next. Actually, this is not your job for installing SQL services. Every project we have SQL database team will be there. They will take care of it. So this is SQL Express, the DB instance name. And click on next. This is a Windows authentication mode. So we are managing everything from the CTX admin account. If any account you want to give, you can add here to managing the database updates. That's it. Next. Now installation in progress. It will take some time. Please wait. So SQL service is successfully installed. We need to close this console. And now we can install the Citrix provisioning services. and click install the server installation. Now, few more pending tasks are there. When you click install, automatically it will install the services. Now, I think prerequisite sets are installed. Once again, click on server installation. Now, there's some messages coming. I think already progress is going now. Click OK. Do not click anything. Cancel this one. Wait for some time. Now can click on next. Accept terms and conditions. Next. So now here we have a default firewall port should be required to configure. Okay. So don't worry. These all ports will be open automatically. And don't make any changes. Default steps. So now I'm click finish. So now almost setup is completed. Now provisioning services are installed. Now we need to create the configuration wizard. So configuration wizard is nothing but initial setup of provisioning services. So basically provisioning services is a network based technology. It depending on the DHCP services. So uh, DHCP services actually running on AD server. So that means, so we are mentioning the DHCP service running on another computer, not in the PVS server. Next, Pixie service is required. Pixie service means what? Whatever the vdisk is there, the vdisk will be pushed to the target machines. So that will take care by PXE service, Pixie service. So now the Pixie service running on PVS server, that means on this computer. Next, creating a new form. Form is nothing but collection of provisioning services, settings and configurations. Create a new form. And now we require a database. So just now we install SQL services, right? Just click on browse and no SQL services were found. So do one thing. So whatever the server name is there, you can type that one. Lab 124 PVS 001. DB instance name is SQL Express. Okay. And click next. So now it's connected to the database and it's creating the site information. So Citrix provisioning form information name is Citrix provisioning. And if you want, you can change name. Form name is form, site name is site, collection name is collection. This is the default names are there. I'm leaving it. I don't want to make any changes. And store. So store means in which area you will be store your vdisk. So I'm going to store in C drive, a separate folder. Okay, separate folder, store. In this particular store, all my vdisk will be stored here. So click on browse, this computer, C drive, store, click OK. Now click on next, and this is a by default information. If we click next, maybe it will go to the next, or maybe it will showing error. What we'll do, please uncheck this, okay, and click on next. And next, because of we are using a trial version, we don't have any paid one. So this password will be reset every 7 days, not a problem. And this is a server IP address, and 6890543221. These are the two important port numbers. For 5890 is the first communication port number for providing services. And after installing the PVS console software, we can use this port to connect to your Citrix provisioning service form. And finally, here we have a TFTP service, trivial file transfer protocol service. So here where we can connect the configuration file of the provisioning. So ardb32.bin. So based on this file only, the diskless machines are getting image from the PVS server. Now this is a very important. You please remember this name, ardbb32.bin. And next, finish. Now Windows firewall is on. So what we need to do, we need to turn off it. Now it is creating a form. So successfully we finished the Citrix provisioning site configuration. So now we need to install the provisioning services console. Click on console here. And click on next, accept, next, install. So how Studio is managing the delivery controller? So here, provisioning service console will be managing the provisioning services. So I'm requesting don't practice this, not required. You can watch 2 times, 3 times the video. That's enough. Okay. Wasting of your time unnecessarily, step by step, routine steps. Okay. Don't do that. So everybody practicing in the same server. Go to start. So here is a Citrix provisioning console. Click here. Yes. Now this is a provisioning services console. Right click here, connect form, and you can enter these details. Now here we need to enter the provisioning services details. Lab 124 hyphen PVS hyphen 001 and click connect. So guys, successfully we have installed and configured and connected the provisioning services console. This is a Citrix provisioning services console look likes. So in the next class, we will be creating the vdisk and connecting the vdisk, upgrading the vdisk. Those concepts we'll discuss. Okay. So before closing, any other questions? Before closing the session, any question now?
No questions as of now, Rakesh.
Right. So please watch the video once again so that you will get complete idea about the provisioning services installation configuration. So the next video will be easily you can understand. Okay. Don't practice, not required, unnecessarily wasting of your time. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.